"That is enough. I will not help you," Lady Capulet said, and she left the room. "Nurse, what can I do?" Juliet cried. "Help me." "Your mother is right," the nurse said. "You should marry Paris. He is a good man. You will be happy with him." "I will go to Friar Lawrence. Tell my mother that I am sorry my father is upset." The nurse went out. "If he cannot help me, I will end my life," Juliet thought. Paris was in Friar Lawrence's cell. "I want to arrange my marriage to Juliet," he said. "On Thursday, sir," said the friar. "That is very soon. Capulet wants us to marry quickly, and that is my wish too. Juliet weeps too much because of Tybalt's death. Her wedding will stop her tears. I must delay this wedding," thought the friar. It should never take place at all. Then he said to Paris, "Look, sir, here she comes." "My lady and my wife," said Paris. "I am not your wife yet," said Juliet. "I will make you my wife on Thursday. Until then, goodbye." He went out and left Juliet alone with the friar. "Oh, shut the door," she cried, "and then come and weep with me. Nobody can help me. Nobody can offer me hope. If you cannot think of a plan to help me, I want to die." "Wait, daughter," the friar said. "I think I can help. You say that you will kill yourself if you have to marry Paris. Then perhaps you can pretend to be dead for a short time. I will do anything if I can stay true to my dear love, Romeo. Go home. Tell your mother and father that you will marry Paris. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Go to bed alone tomorrow night. Don't let your nurse stay with you. When you are in bed, drink. I will do anything if I can stay true to my dear love, Romeo. This liquid, you will feel cold and sleepy. Your skin will grow pale and you will not breathe. For 42 hours you will seem to be dead. When Paris comes for you, he will think that you are dead. They will put you in your family's tomb. I will send a letter to Romeo. At the end of the 42 hours, you will wake up and Romeo will take you away to Mantua. Are you brave enough to do this? Or will fear stop you drinking the liquid?" "Give me the drink. Don't speak of fear," said Juliet. "I will send Friar John to Romeo with a letter," the friar said. Juliet went home. "I am sorry that I refused to marry Paris," she said to her father. "I was wrong. Let us prepare for the wedding." The next night, Juliet asked her nurse to leave the room. "I am afraid," she thought. "What will happen if this liquid does not work? I am afraid that I will wake up before Romeo comes to me in the tomb. Romeo, Romeo, I am drinking this for you." Then she drank Friar Lawrence's liquid and fell back on her bed. The Capulets prepared for the wedding, and on the Thursday morning, Juliet's nurse came to wake her. She called her name. "Are you still asleep? Come, my lady, wake up." At last she shook Juliet. "Lady, lady! Oh, help, help! My lady is dead." Juliet's parents heard her cries and ran into the room. Paris and Friar Lawrence were with them. "Is Juliet ready to go to the church?" Friar Lawrence asked. "She is ready to go," Lord Capulet cried, "but she will never return. Death has taken her." "She was a lovely young woman," the friar said. "Heaven wanted to share her with you. You could not stop her death. She is above, the clouds in heaven. You must not weep now. Dry your tears and take her to the tomb. We have flowers and music for her wedding," said Lord Capulet sadly. "Now we will use them for her tomb." So they took Juliet to the tomb of the Capulets. Romeo was far away in Mantua. "I had a strange dream last night," he remembered. "I dreamed that Juliet came and found me dead. She kissed me, and I was alive again." He saw his servant Balthazar coming towards him. "Do you have any news from Verona?" he asked. "How is my love? Is she well?" But Balthazar answered, "Her body is sleeping in the tomb of the Capulets. She is alive in heaven now." "What?" cried Romeo. "Do you have a letter for me from the friar?" "No. Find me some horses. I must leave here tonight. Tonight I will lie with Juliet in her tomb." Balthazar was afraid. What was his master going to do? Romeo went to a very poor chemist. This chemist sold medicines, but he needed more money, so he also sold poison. "If I pay this chemist with gold," Romeo thought, "he will give me a poison that will end my life. Drink this poison. It will kill you immediately, the chemist said. Buy food with my gold, said Romeo, and he picked up the poison liquid. Friar John returned to Friar Lawrence. Welcome, said Friar Lawrence. What does Romeo say? Friar John looked very unhappy. I could not go to Mantua, he said. I went to a house in Verona, looking for a friar to go with me. While I was there, officers came and locked all the doors and windows. They thought that there was a dangerous illness in the house. They did not let anyone in or out, and nobody wanted to touch your letter. Here it is. This is terrible, said Friar Lawrence. Go quickly. Bring an iron stick to my cell. In 3 hours, Juliet will wake up, he thought. I will write to Mantua, but I must open the tomb and hide Juliet in my cell until Romeo arrives. Paris went to the Capulet's tomb because he wanted to put flowers on it for Juliet. He heard people near the tomb and hid. It was Romeo and Balthazar. Take this letter to my father, Romeo said to his servant. Give me your lamp. I am going to say goodbye to my lady Juliet. Now go away. But Balthazar thought, I will hide near here. My master looks strange. What is he going to do? Paris heard a noise as Romeo broke open the tomb. It is Romeo, he cried. What evil is he doing to the dead bodies, Romeo? I have caught you. You must die. Yes, I must die, said Romeo. That is why I am here. I came to kill myself. I do not want to hurt you, boy. Go away and say that a madman told you to leave. But Paris made Romeo fight. Paris's servant ran to call the officers who were on guard through the night. Romeo's sword wounded Paris. I am dying, Paris cried. Place me in the tomb with Juliet. Romeo looked at the face of the dead man. It is Count Paris, one of Mercutio's family. Poor young man, I will put you in the tomb.